G'day, it's a Bendigo rider here, and beautiful day today in Bendigo, and we're going to go for a bit of a ride out of Bendigo, and we'll go out towards Harcourt, and then we're going to, there's some nice twisty roads out there, but we'll get a chance to do some highway roadcraft, and then we'll get to do some twisty roads again, which are very twisty, and they got various problems with them that make them more difficult and slightly dangerous, and I'll point those things out. So I'll just be quiet for a while I'm thinking about this intersection. Alright, so now there. Alright. So hopefully the sound's coming through all right, and yeah, so we're obviously going to do a bit of city roadcraft again here. Make sure I'm sitting on the speed limit, and I've got to watch these white utes. Look how anxious he is, you know. He's moving his head left and right like anything. I might just cut the video until we get out on the open highway actually, and oh actually no, I'll leave it going, because there's bound to be a few things here. So now, slow moving traffic like this in the left lane, at this point in time of the ride, I won't change lanes like the ute just did, because if I'm just started riding, what I want to do is I want to warm up first. So you've got to get your mind into the right frame of mind. Make sure you're on the ball first before you start switching lanes and carrying on, and even then try to minimise the amount of lane switching you do. I've got a bit of a headwind here, I'm not sure how the sound will be coming through. But yeah, now, just checking my mirrors, I'm right for a lane change. So I think I'll make one now because, oh yeah, learn to drive, okay, no problem. So, make sure I leave a fair bit of room between me and him. And I've got more room there on the right if I needed to use it. And watching that vehicle come out, and watch the one behind him mainly now. And check the mirrors, and probably clear behind. Obeying the speed limit, and speed limit's going to reduce up here. So it's going to be down to 40 k's, and this is where a little bit of work's going to occur here. Because there'll be cars up ahead that'll be looking for parks and coming out of parks and stuff like that. So watch this guy. Yeah, he's fine. But the speed differential between you and other vehicles, now the ute looks like it's about to change there. So I'll just make sure I get in front of him before he does. And yeah, I've got good space around me now. Now soon it's going to go to about 70 kilometers per hour, so I'll get ready for that. I should be able to get out of town pretty easily. Alright, 70 k's, that'll make a big difference. So brake lights go on ahead, so try and not catch up on him in a hurry. Once you see all those brake lights going on, that's your warning. That's where the accidents happen for motorbikes, because they come up on them too fast and then just smack into the back of them. Because if an emergency brake happens up ahead, that's going to catch you out if you're accelerating. So now brake lights have gone off. I've got a chance to get this car at least, and this one I've got to watch that. So accelerate there just in case they decide they're going to change lanes later. So they're gone now. Now, a lot of these vehicles will be turning off up here. That's local knowledge. So might as well just hang back a little bit and let them go. Watch the white car. Righto. And alright, watching that he wasn't going to change lanes too, and he didn't. There's a bit of a shiny bit on the road there on the right too, so I didn't go through that. So let them out accelerate. That helps with the trailing distance. Now have a look in your mirror as you're doing this, as you're just doing that, watching the traffic behind you to see who's the one that really is getting impatient, that wants to go in the right lane. Now it's probably me actually, so I'm going to go to the left. I'll do me 70 kilometres per hour. I don't think they're doing their 70. And now I've got rid of them. And they're a bit of a slow driver. They should have been in the left lane there. Now, we've got 60 zone here. Make sure we're doing 60. Well, flags aren't out, so I don't know whether I didn't catch the times there. But I'll do 60 anyway. Alright. So, what's happening here? 80 k's. Speed up to 80. The ute ahead of me is a P-plate driver. And that'll mean he's a better driver than most people. Because actually got to be pretty good now to get your licence, whereas when I was younger you have to watch out for the P-plate drivers. They weren't very good. I'm thinking he'll be pretty good. So 60k zone, car on the left up ahead, the white car, just watch them. It's a school round here, so all these cars have got to watch out for. Could be they're picking up their kids at the moment. Alright, look behind, just about to go to 100k zone, and P-plate just sped up, go into the right lane, head check, and to 100. And P-plate's turning off. So yeah, I'm just sort of voicing out what my thoughts are while I'm doing this. Oh, something's banging on this bloody helmet. Alright, I think I've got it out of the way. Oh, there it goes again. So obviously at the moment, it's pretty easy going on the open highway. Because really, what you've got to do on the open highway isn't really a lot. So most of the roads are hardly corners at all. So just relax. Just main thing, watching for cars that are speeding coming up behind you, and let them go, you know. Watch out for them. Some can be do really quite high speeds. really, where I live, it's kind of a waste of time doing roadcraft for the open road, because there's just not enough traffic here to sort of present you with anything difficult. So, you know, they say statistic-wise, people have got about an equal chance of dying on a motorbike in the city as what they have on the open road. So that must mean that the open road deaths are just due to recklessness and too much speed. Bloody hell, that wind is really strong. I really hope that that me visor, that me windscreen here is blocking out most of the noise. It should be all right when we turn and go past Harcourt and go into near Mount Alexander, which is near Harcourt. So all those little twisty roads there, yeah, they'll slow me down a little bit. I'll come in through the back near Diamond Hill. So alright, nothing happened here, so I might as well talk a little bit more about some of my experiences with riding and things I've learnt. So things that, you know, probably people wouldn't mention. Let me see. I think of one. Oh yeah, that's one. When I'm watching the YouTube videos, you'll get people talking about what's it? Counter steering. That's it. Now, I laugh because it's ridiculous. You don't have to be taught. If you've ridden a push bike, you don't need to be taught how to counter steer. It's not really any different. The only thing that's different is you feel the weight of the bike a bit more, that's all. Depending on the bike, you know. Some bikes can have a bit of a heavy steering, and others the steering's pretty light. So this one, steering's pretty light, so and not a lot different than a push bike. So I always laugh when I see these videos on counter steering, because it's almost like they're trying to give the impression that there's something spooky and magical about motorbikes that make them steer differently than push bikes. And nothing could be further from the truth. They steer the same way, just take a couple of days to work it out, that's all. It's not like you get out there on the open road and you go, oh geez, how am I going to steer this? It doesn't work that way. When I first started riding motorbikes, I wasn't told anything by anybody, and yeah, I could feel the heaviness of the steering, but it's not a problem. So you can, you know, just watch those videos if you want to, but yeah, it's a bit of bullshit, I think. And I've been riding for 36 years, so, and I don't even think about how I steer. It's natural to steer. Exactly the same way as a push bike. And just a little bit more weight there, that's all. Like if I do that, it feels funny. It kind of feels heavy, right? Whereas a push bike, it'll be all over the place. It's just because of the centrifugal force of the wheels, that's all. There's more, that centrifugal force that stops you from turning like that, or it makes it a little bit heavier. That's one of the things you actually use on a motorbike to get around the corners. It helps keep you upright. So when you slip out a little bit or whatever, and in a corner, or if you're on dirt or whatever, it helps stabilise you, that force. So a bit of heaviness is good. So that's one thing. What else? talk about it when I think about it, but I don't think about anything at the moment. I only went out on the highway because there's something I haven't done, and the city stuff was getting boring. I was saying the same thing over and over again. But out here it's probably twice as boring, because all I'm doing is sitting in I'm looking in my mirror every now and again to see whether there's cars or motorbikes coming up behind me. That's all I'm doing. These bumps on the road, I don't care about them. I don't even care if I go straight through them. You know, you'll spot, if there's something really bad with the road, you'll spot it anyway. You don't have to especially look out for it, you'll spot it. And you know, except at night time, when your vision isn't good, then you know, that's the time we should slow down or have a really good high beam, which I noticed that last night, that the high beam on this bike is pretty hopeless. It needs driving lights if I was going to ride at night time all the time. So I don't intend to. It's just night time, don't really like it that much. I used to do it a fair bit when I was younger, but you know, that was different. It was all a big adventure back then, and now I can still have the adventure, but I'll just do it in the daytime when it's warm and I can see where I'm going properly. Now, nighttime riding is really deceptive sometimes. You can be riding down the road like this at night time, and it'll look like that the road goes straight ahead. Just the way the road is, it'll give you that impression. And sometimes you have to really watch the white line, and that's what's going to help you at night time sometimes, especially if you're blinded by a car. Watch the white line either on the left or on the right, whichever one's there, and that'll help you get round the corner, because like I said, you can be going down the road, you think it goes straight, and it doesn't. It actually, it'll turn right, and you'll swear it goes straight ahead. And sometimes it's just so hard to make yourself follow that white line, and then you see, yep, yeah it does, and then it turns around again, and it comes back and joins up to the spot where you thought the road was going in the first place. So if you're a learner or whatever, you really, the white line in the middle of the road and the one on the left, they're your lifeline at night time. If you can't see any white lines, then look for the edge of the road. That'll serve as your white line. And so, you know, over there to the left there, I'd be looking for that. So you're alright, we're going to get off the highway here because it's pretty boring, and we'll head towards Mount Alexander, and probably try not to go as fast, have a bit of a look around, enjoy the ride. So I'm doing 80 now. Every now and again I look down to make sure my blinker's not on still. There's a lot of motorcyclists leave their blinkers on, and that can cause an accident, so watch that one. Be absolutely vigilant that you haven't left it on. Sometimes it'll look like you're going to turn up a road somewhere, and some car in front of you will pull out in front of you, and so yeah, just watch it. But we haven't got much distance to go here before we turn off. In fact, I think I can turn hard right here, sorry, hard left, and it'll take a bit of a shortcut to Mount Alexander Way. So, alright. Yeah, Mount Alexander's 8 k's. I might go up to the top. It's not. Now here in Australia, it's called Mount Alexander. It's a little bit ridiculous. We call things mountains over here when they wouldn't even qualify as a hill in Europe. But yeah, out to my right, that's a mountain. Now, you'll see in a sec. Right, so over there, with those aerials up the top of it. That's what we call a mountain. In Australia, we call that a mountain. So yeah, I wouldn't know that's ridiculous, but I've seen a lot of mountains, real mountains, in Europe, on the internet, and they're incredibly big. So anyway, we've got 8 k's and we'll be up the top of that. So I'm probably travelling at about, well, I'm doing about 80 k's now, and no need to push it along this road because it's just not exciting, and I've got heaps of time. No corners. When you get down the bottom of the hill like this and there's an intersection, have a bit of a look around that road. We're going to be looking for, you know, farmers and people who are coming out from their property. They don't see a lot of traffic around areas like this, so they're not really going to be looking that hard for you, especially if you're a motorbike. So is this an intersection? I think it is. So I'll slow down, it's a bit hidden there. Yeah, so something could come out of there pretty easy. Aha, car. Amazing, I saw a car. So I'm just doing a few things now. Checking the engine temperature because I did that oil change. And at least the engine's not going to blow up. It's seems to be in the right range. So I don't want to look down there too much onto that display down there. Don't get, if you're a new rider, that'll be one thing you'll be doing, is you'll be fixated on what your speed is and fixated on other things which are on your panel, and you'll enjoy it, you know. I enjoyed it, and but it's a bit of a problem. You got to know when you can do it and when you can't. And when you got, like up here, I've got a little bit of time here to have a look if I wanted to, and my speed's down. So you do your checks first, you know, behind you, around you and that, and then just have a quick look down. But when you do, get your eyes back on the road pretty quickly. If you can get so caught out by that, especially you know, if there's something on the side of the road and you're looking at it, and then you look up and there's a car in front of you and it's not that far away, and you nearly hit the back of it, it can be a problem. That's happened to me when I was driving the car. I got distracted by something. Whoa, that hurt a little bit. My back is pretty sore. It's not really used to doing a lot of riding lately, so this is either going to cure it or kill it. But I'm not going to stop riding, so my back better get better. I'm just enjoying, even doing this out here, I'm enjoying it. No pressure. I actually love it. I love this. What am I doing? I'm only doing 60 k's. Yeah, I could do 80 or 100 here legally. I just can't be bothered at the moment. But and there's not, even if I was doing 80 or 100 here, there's not a lot I could tell you. I'll do 100 on this corner, this left one. But look, when I start to do that on a tight road like this, look how I really can't see that far ahead. So I slow down. I still do my normal lines, which is over on the left, because because of that. That's why I do it. See that car, the way he come round? If I had been out there where a lot of other riders ride, and he come around that corner, just imagine how you could panic and then you have to move over to where I was. So that bloody well proved it. I was so glad that car came then. It's alright, so we've got to watch out cars coming over that crest up ahead. So take this corner very gently and, oh, bloody potholes. Alright, I got off the seat that time, so Your back's good. Now this local knowledge counts for a lot. This area here, I've got to stay right over on the left because of two things. Cars that'll come down here. I could say motorbikes, probably three things at least, or trucks or whatever, but just say vehicles of that sort. But also, this is an area frequented by push bikes, like racing push bikes. They train out here, and they often come flying down this hill at like 60 or more kilometres per hour. So they're probably coming down this hill faster than motorbikes sometimes, or faster than cars. Absolutely, some of them absolutely nuts. Not that I'd ever do anything like that, but I did once, and it was on this hill, and mountain. That was when I was on my push bike, and I come a cropper. So I've broken 2 collarbones in my life, and one of them I broke up here on a push bike. So one and they're different collarbones. They were one was done on my motorbike and one done on my push bike. So the collarbones are easy to break. So I was lucky I didn't break my neck. I think they're easy to break too. So I took it. No need to rip around going up this one. But I would have ripped up here in my 20s, definitely. And you know, hang on, somebody up ahead, I think. Yep, someone doing some bushwalking. Good spot to bushwalk up here. She can't hear a thing. She's got those buds in. Yeah, I don't know whether I'd do that if I were her. Anyway, each to their own. So it won't be long and I'll be up the top. Even though it's only a very small mountain, I can definitely feel the temperature difference coming up here. Yeah, so these sort of ones, these go into your local knowledge if you've got little winding tracks like this. But if you could paint a line on the road on the far left, that's where you've got to keep. Even this corner here, the reason I like to tuck in right over the left is for those oncoming vehicles that are going to take you out. So up here, same thing. They'll be running wide coming out here. So if you're not over here, you're going to get hit by them. So, you know, what can I do if they come over my side and I still can't avoid them? Well, then you've got to learn how to ride into the dirt, or you know, like here I couldn't go in the dirt, but this is a straight bit of road, so I'm fairly safe. But anyway, if there's a spot you can run off, that's good. Oh, I'm getting a bit of a pain in the guts at the moment. Anyway, hopefully that'll go soon. So alright, left turn up here. It's me turn off. Probably nobody will be up here. I've got to be careful where I park my bike up here, because if I bloody drop this thing, it weighs a ton. It's really hard to lift. Alright, there's somebody up here. So yeah, really slow stuff like this, your foot brake. Put your foot brake on, slip the clutch, and you can go very, very slowly. So I'll see if we can get through those trees without hitting them. Oh, I've got to put one foot down at least here. Back 2 feet have gone down. And yeah, that's good now. Like I said, I don't want to drop this thing. Oops. I actually dropped it up here one day, and oh boy, I nearly hurt myself really badly trying to lift it up. So I've got to remember to turn the bloody thing around and park it without any sand or anything there. Oh, I must be getting stronger. This thing's a lot easier to move than it was when I first got it. So see if it parks like that. Right. Oh, still got that pain in the guts. So I might stop the video, and actually first I'll give you a little view, and then I'll stop it so I save me battery. Oh. It's hard being an old bloke on a motorbike. Oh shit. Oof. Or maybe I should say old fart. Whew. Oh. Pain in my guts, it's hurting a lot. Oh, not as much as I've had it though. Anyway, have a little bit of a view there from this mountain, and then I'll turn it off. Alright, well that's about all there is to see here. So I'm going to head home. I'm cold as anything, so I want to get home before it gets too cold. I'll switch the heated hand grips on, that'll help me a bit. Alright, turn the bloody thing on might help. Oh, bloody hell, it's not good being old. Anyway, forget about it, and off I go. Oh. I think I've got a bit of a gallstone attack, that's what's going on with me. I've got a pain in the back, but it's sort of eased off a bit now, so I'll get going, get home before it gets bad. Hopefully it might disappear on the way, so see how that goes. So I'm out of here. Now switch those hand grips on if I can. Where are they? Down here somewhere. What have we got? 1 or 2? That should help a bloody lot. Put them on 2 for a start. Let's get out of here. didn't move over much, did he? And I wasn't really paying attention much because yeah, I got this pain at the moment. So I mean, lucky I've taken that into account and I'm going slow because of it. Mine's not on the job at the moment. So yeah, this is part of riding too, really, isn't it? Like you're going to have things wrong with you sometimes. So when you do, you've got to take that into account. So until this pain disappears, I'm going to take it pretty slow going back. And it should be over with soon, I think, because there's no way I would have jumped back on the bike if I thought I wasn't over the worst of it. I can feel it clearing up now, actually. Yep, it's definitely clearing up. So I think it's possibly a gallstone attack, but yeah, I don't know. This is not meant to be about medical things, is it? It's meant to be a bike, not a bike, a bloody video on Roadcraft. So, but I suppose these things factor into it, whatever happens to you on the bike. And then, you know, now I can speed up a bit because the mind's starting to work a bit better without having to concentrate on that pain. Still, mind you, I'll keep it down, but you start adjusting to what your own condition is as well as what the bike is doing, and that's half the battle too. Because, you know, I think the day I went out and I had a crash at Diamond Hill when I was 21, I had a migraine that day, and the way migraines used to work with me then is my coordination would be really good, and then all of a sudden really bad, and that's what happened. I went harder and harder up there until I just lost concentration, and that was it. So, you know, I learned from that you got to ride not just within the bike's limits or the road limits, but within your own limits as well, and just be prepared to slow down when you're physically not feeling well. You know, that can be things like for instance, one thing that's happening now, it's starting to get late, and at the end of the day your concentration goes off. You know, possibly the best time to ride would be like between 10 o'clock in the morning and about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You know, got about 6 hours there to ride, and but you know, it starts getting late in the day. You start thinking about other things like what you're going to have for tea, or what dinner, I mean. In Bendigo we call it tea. But, now hang on a sec, I'll just concentrate for a bit. Oh yeah, this corner's a little bit of a strange one. Let's have a good look at this one. Alright, look in the mirror, nobody chasing me, but I'm good. So good, now that pain's gone, I'm really picking up, starting to feel good now. But just let myself work up to the pace that I'm going to be riding at, and see how the performance is going. So back brake. Okay, that one was meant to be a 30k corner. Stick over on the left because of the oncoming traffic, you know, what I've seen a couple of times today. So when you can see out of the corner, so you know, that's where my style of riding is definitely better than what they tell you to do. They tell you to get out so you can have a good view around the corner. Nah, just get into a spot where you can't get hit by the other vehicles. Look where I am now, it's hard for them to hit me there. But you know, that's coming, alright, coming down to a left hand turn here. And get right over on the left as far as you can. people parked around here. So maybe there's a bit of bushwalking going on around here too. Oh, I think I'm nearly out of this slow area here. So I'll go into the area where there's maybe a few, well, crossroad coming up. So country areas, really got to watch these crossroads. It's where people get cleaned up. So I'm going to take this one pretty damn slow. Yep, alright. I was looking for a ute or something. It would have been hidden by that house there. So now, start to get up to, you know, maybe 70 k's now. And look for things like other roads that are going to come up, like that last one. And keep an eye out for cattle, sheep, whatever. So far left here. You know, I've been saying that on the other videos, but on this video, there's been a couple of examples of why stay far left on those corners. So, you know, like naturally on this one, I'm going to be, even though it's a right-hand turn, I'll be over on the left. Not so I can see around the corner, but so I won't get hit going around the corner. It's not going to surprise me if the car's coming. Alright, we're on a bit of dirt now. This gives me a bit of enjoyment, this. Makes it a bit harder. So, you know, you got to watch the contours of the road here. I'll go down a gear here because I can't see much. And keep your throttle nice and steady. With a little bit of back brake if you want. Dirt and a bit of back brake is pretty good. So, you know, the normal style of riding I've got, where I tend to sort of, hang on, where are we? Oh, left, alright. Oh, confused me a little bit. Alright, normal style of riding I have, where I tend not to lean it over much, is because I've done a lot of dirt road riding. You know, you see how that works on here. It basically means that I can travel at similar speeds to what I do on bitumen on dirt. So yeah, down a bit here because of the crest, and left. So we're looking for that car coming the other way. And you know, I don't need to see around the corner. Why? So I'm assuming there's a car there. And I've got enough room to brake if I need to. If it gets to the point I haven't got enough room to brake, I'll slow down. But hanging to the left on this sort of road is brilliant. That's, you know, you've seen today, twice I could have got hit. So alright, I think I'm going left here. I think that gets me back to Bendigo. Oh, watch out for here. Yeah, alright. No cars coming behind me. So, push bikes the next 15 k's. So keep a watch out for them. Oh, that's hard to see. So, alright, might put the thing down a little bit. That's it. I can just see over now. That's very useful, the screen on this bike. So what I'm doing here, obviously not doing the speed limit here, but it's a good road and I want to do the speed limit. And double white lines for a fair way here. So not going to get impatient and going to wait till there's a good opportunity. And just going to get settled into riding on a different surface again for a while. This surface here is brilliant. Dry, good bitumen, no potholes. Only problem is I can't do the speed I want to do. That's not a problem. I got patience. I'll wait. There'll be an opportunity that'll come up soon. Look underneath the car there when it went over the top. Not that I need it to. It's pretty open here. I can see what I need to see. So, alright. Car over there. behind again. Yeah, that's it. When you're waiting for an overtake, like I'm doing here, I had a chance there, but I missed it. When you're doing that, it's really important to look in your mirrors that you haven't got a car belting up behind you that wants to just overtake you and the car you're following in the one thing. If you're not paying attention, you pull out and you get hit by him. So, you know, I've obviously never been hit by that, but if you did, I don't think you'd get up. Alright, so I might have another chance in a moment to overtake him. There's double white lines for a while yet. Let's see where. I know it's not long and there's a turn off up. Oh, he's turning off anyway, so that's it. Yeah, I know where he's going. So I'm going the other way, so that's fine. That worked out alright. I got 3 kilometres of winding road, but it's into the sun, so I can do it into the sun, but I've just got to take that into account. I got the visor up so I can see pretty clearly. What am I doing now? I'm doing about 100 k's. So back brake a little bit here because I'm a bit cautious. So I'll leave the back brake on. Now there I started to run wide a little bit. So it's because I misjudged the corner a bit, so I just put on that back brake a little bit and it drew me back into the corner. That's the effect that the back brake has. It's not only stabilising, but you can use it to get yourself back on the right line for the corner. So I use a little bit here. I don't need to, but yeah, now going uphill that's fine, I can let it off. I need to clean this windscreen. Terrible. So I'll get onto that. I'll probably do that for me ride tomorrow. Back brake there. So yeah, with that one, it felt funny. Like I was going to run onto the other side of the road. So I just put the back brake on gently, and all of a sudden you feel good again. It brings you back. That's the one I reckon that I would have liked to learn as a learner. So a few times I had my heart in my mouth going around corners, not knowing, especially when the wind's blowing you around, not knowing whether it was going to blow me wide on the corner. So that back brake in a corner, absolutely a brilliant tip to use. So you don't throttle off immediately, but you hit the back brake slightly, and then you throttle off against the back brake, and that it's like the opposite of a throttle. It just draws you back into the corner. And but you'd be gentle with it. That's the thing. It's not something you just whack on the middle of the corner and expect it's going to do miracles. It won't. But a little bit of it, yeah, it will. So it looks like there's a car up here. So this is defensive here. Put my foot on the back brake, check my mirrors, and watch him move to the centre. Right. Now I could fairly well tell that I was seen, because I was looking in there and I saw the woman in there, and she was looking at me, and she stayed there so long. So yeah, you know, I would have had to be unlucky if she didn't see me there, but I think I could have gone on the other side of the road and got around her. So not long now, and I should come up to my turn off, where I'll head back in. Well, actually I won't. I was going to say I'll head back into Diamond Hill, but no, I'll just go straight and I'll head in through Manjarang. And okay, now I can see a car behind me now. So that's the first know, you've got to know where everything is on the road. The first time I've seen something behind me, so now I've got to monitor how fast it's catching me, because I'm going to ride differently when it's directly behind me. So if it's travelling a fair bit faster than me, I'll know that pretty soon. And if I think it's just way too fast for me, I'll just pull over somewhere and let it go and get back on the road. So I really don't want traffic behind me, especially at 100 k's. I know some instances you can't avoid it, but where you can avoid it, why not? Why not indeed? And I think once we get to the intersection down here, I'm judging its speed at the moment, and so hang on, back brake maybe, no I don't need it, it's fine. On that corner I was fine to not use it, and I only use it to stabilise myself, because the most important part of the corner is getting a good entry to it. You get a good entry, and you can do that with the back brake, and then you ease off your back brake, you know you've got it. If things start to get a bit unstable again, like a wuss, go back to the back brake again. There's no harm in being a bit of a wuss, and you know, it just, at these speeds I'm doing, I'm not really doing, you know, I'm only doing pretty slow speeds. I'm doing 100 k's. It doesn't matter a lot, but I still do it anyway. It's just force of habit. And you know, when you're on the dirt, where things are exaggerated, then that just helps you out on the dirt too. It just becomes something you use everywhere. Oh, my back hurt then. Oh, my back is funny. It's I don't know, it feels like it's broken sometimes. But anyway, can't complain. I wonder how long, oh, the battery should be out soon, I reckon. So this is actually quite a nice road, this one. Yeah, it's a little bit better than it was years ago. Some of these roads now are, hang on, yeah, checking the surface here, looking for little bits of gravel. I saw some signs that there could be gravel here, but there wasn't a lot, so don't worry. But if you're going into the sun, you might miss it and not see that there's gravel there, like here. There's a little bit there, a tiny little bit I think, or there, yeah, probably was about a year ago, but I can see that that was a bit of roadworks that is now no longer any roadworks. Most of the gravel's gone off there now, but I can see that it was there. So this bit, I'm pretty sure this bit here hasn't been worked on for years, but it doesn't mean I won't check. Like going into the sun, you know, you could if you're blinded by the sun and there's a little bit of gravel on the road and you're hooking around a corner at 100 k's, you could easily, you know, the back end could go out. And I'm so cautious on my line and things like that, I don't get caught out. Unless I'm perfectly straight, I worry about stuff like that. But you know, I don't worry about it when I'm perfectly straight, because I know that I can go through almost anything when I'm perfectly straight, even ice or snow, so that's not a problem. So alright, this road's getting pretty good. I can tell the surface has improved from back there, so there's no little bits of gravel. I'd like to pass this car if I could pretty soon, but I don't know whether I can. So we're doing under 100 here. It's not too bad, it's not holding me up a hell of a lot. It's just, there's a nice corner coming up, and if I could, I'd like to go around it a little bit faster, but no, there's not going to be any way I can pass him before the corner, so sit back and enjoy it now. Watch the left here. See how that road comes in on an angle? Have a good look. This is like a deadly crossing. I think there's been a few fatalities there. So both sides are high speed. Yeah, so I know about that one, and I get used to being able to spot them anyway. After years you get to see, oh yeah, that's one of those ones. One of those deadly ones. So alright, we're back. Oh, there's me back again. So it's going to get boring from now on the road, so I might go into the left here and go in the opposite direction as one of the earlier videos. And so this will be the same thing but opposite. And this is, I think, 2 videos ago I was on this one. Alright. So now I've still got to bear in mind concealed driveways, going into the sun, getting tired a little bit, back's hurting, so the speed goes down now. So a couple of videos ago none of that was going on, so I was going faster through here, so that I will slow down now. So what am I doing? I'm doing about 80 k's. We've got some, what's that, 55k corner, so we'll go through that. Now hang to the left here, go through 55k corner at, like, you know, reasonable speed. Because I don't know what's over these crests, I can't remember, I'm keeping the speed down. But even so, there could be a cow in the middle of the bloody road. They're still got to be able to stop. So hang to the left here. Probably starting to get the drift now that I'm doing that because of possible oncoming traffic. And look how easy and nice that is when you come out of that left-hander. There, on the brakes there. Get right over. And because you're saving so much distance, you're faster through the corner anyway. If you were out further there, you'd be in danger. And you've got to cover a fair bit more ground. Alright, now pay attention here. Fast road. Good. At the moment, not too bad. I had good visibility until the sun got in my way there. So I lift my head up a bit over the visor, over the windscreen, and probably you start to set your own speed limits sometimes that are lower than what the actual speed limit is. So at the moment, even though I can legally do 100, I'm not going to. Getting on to the time where